Good morning. Welcome to the program agenda. I'm your host, Cito Beltran, thanking you for joining us on this second day of the month of May. It's a Tuesday, and I see from the looks of it that it's going to be a hot day, or at least a very warm day. Pero pasalamat na lang tayo na ganun ang panahon, because at least we know what to expect. We can prepare for it. Unlike in the typhoon season where you don't know what's going to hit you, where it's going to hit you, and how it's going to hit you. So let's be grateful. Let's have an attitude of gratitude that we are alive, that we get to do stuff today, and that we have things to look back on and be thankful for. Okay, so today, let's start our day with our daily starter, and it is proof that Cito Beltran still makes time to watch movies. Kahit na mga love story, pinapatulang ko pa rin. And our daily starter for today comes from the movie, the romantic comedy, A Tourist's Guide to Love. Okay? And it goes, I wasn't actually lost. I just wasn't where I was supposed to be. Okay, I'll repeat it. I wasn't actually lost. I just wasn't where I was supposed to be. This is a realization. This is a discovery for people who may be going around feeling lost, feeling that they're wasting their time, etc. Maybe you're just not in the right place. Maybe life is not necessarily bad. Your life is not necessarily pointless, or relationships or businesses. It may just be possible that you are not where you are meant to be. You know, as I've mentioned before, some people, as Steve Harvey even pointed out, some people mistake passion for gifting or passion for calling. People try to pursue something, they put in everything they have, they give it all their effort, and they do the same thing with relationships. We try our hardest to keep a relationship going, a relationship alive, a business deal. And then when it doesn't come to life, or we realize that it's the end, we are bitter. And the realization here is, you're not lost. You didn't waste time. You can learn from all of that. But remember, you were not lost. You simply were not, or are not, in the right place. Pag-aralan niyo mabuti yan, okay? Because we all need to realize our gifting, our calling, may not be the happiest vegetable patch in town, but it will still be the calling. Anyway, I mentioned the word vegetable. Paramdam lang yun, okay? Because today, we are speaking with a regular here on Agenda, because I called him a week ago, and I said, so what's up? And he said, hey, we're helping the poor, we're doing stuff. And it's something that, by coincidence, is something I'm also reviving, or beginning again, and it has to do with vegetable gardens, fruit trees, etc. So if you're a plantito, plantita, please join us this morning. But before that, let's go to the front page of the Philippine Star. A mixed bag of news. The headline goes, Philippines won't be military staging post, according to President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos. Okay, the Philippines, okay, and I will quote, President Marcos made it clear he would not allow the Philippines to become a staging post for any kind of military action, emphasizing the country's dedication to working for peace in the region. Okay. And as if to make that even more credible, the Philippines and China will discuss fishing rights in the South China Seas, according to President Marcos. China has agreed to discuss fishing rights in the South China Sea as he pushed for a direct communication line with Beijing on maritime differences. China has agreed to sit down and talk about Filipinos' fishing rights in the South China Sea. Marcos said, adding he has told the Philippine Coast Guard and the Department of Foreign Affairs to put together a map of those fishing grounds that will be presented to Beijing. Okay, so yun po, we won't be a military staging post, and China and the Philippines will discuss fishing rights in the South China Sea. Meanwhile, still with President Bongbong Marcos, the President BBM might reimpose mask mandates. Nako, baka raw magsoro na naman tayong lahat. Here we go. As the Philippines experiences an uptick in COVID-19 cases, the government might consider making the wearing of face masks mandatory again if recommended by health authorities, particularly the guidance from the Interagency Task Force on Infectious Diseases. Okay. So, now departing from Malacanang-based and Ferdinand Marcos Jr.-based news, let's now go to the MMDA, the Metro Manila Development Authority, or MMDA, has rolled out the single ticketing system today. So, in effect na po yung single ticketing system, except for 2 cities who have asked for a 1-week postponement. So, all cities and municipalities in Metro Manila will now have only 1 ticket. Okay, so yun po. Now, here's the news that annoyed so many people yesterday. Okay? The NAIA 3, Ninoy Aquino International Airport Terminal 3, experienced a power outage lasting nearly 8 hours from 1 a.m. To 8 o'clock in the morning, May 1 yesterday. Dozens of flights were canceled while others were delayed due to a power outage at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport Terminal 3 early yesterday. At a press briefing, Transportation Secretary Jaime Jimmy Bautista said the power outage hit NAIA at about 1:05 in the morning. Okay. And they were forced to use generator power, etc., etc. Meanwhile, in relation to yesterday, Marcos hails workers on Labor Day. President Marcos on Labor Day cited the Filipino workers' vital contribution to the country's growing economy. Ayan po. And of course, no salary increases. Okay. Last but not the least, good news for today. Pump prices going down, but LPG going up. Okay. Oil companies are slashing new pump prices this week, while retailers are hiking prices of cooking gas this month. In separate advisories yesterday, oil firms said they would cut gasoline prices by $1.50 per liter, diesel by 130 per liter, and kerosene by 140 per liter. Hallelujah! Thank you, Lord. Okay, the adjustment will take effect, okay, today for most companies except for Caltex and Clean Fuel, which implemented the adjustments at 1 minute after midnight last night. Okay, so yun na po. That's all the news that we see on the front page of the Philippine Star. I encourage you to please buy a hard copy, and if not, kindly go online for more news inside the Philippine Star. It's good to know what's going on, and it's not just about good news, bad news. There are a lot of information that you can find inside the Philippine Star. Okay, so let's now go to our subject matter today. It is about a company that has a foundation that is regularly featured here on Agenda, and we're going to talk vegetables and fruits for the poor, and not necessarily just for the poor, even for all the plantitos and plantitas. Gabriel, roll out the intro Betamax, please.
Arsenio Toto Barcelona currently serves as the president of Harbest Agribusiness Corporation. He is also Agriculture Committee Chairman at the Israel Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines. Barcelona is also a key contributor to the Department of Science and Technology's research efforts in agriculture, aquaculture, and natural resources.
Okay, Mr. Toto Barcelona, welcome back to the program Agenda.
Good morning po, Cito, and I'm very happy to be with you again.
Pinapatanda mo talaga akong pilit, ha? Pinopo mo ako, ha? Excuse me. Anyway, To, welcome back, and it's always great to have you here because we learned so much. And as I inquired from you, sabi ko, what have you been up to recently? What new nice projects are you launching? Could you please share with us what the Harbest Foundation is doing?
Yeah, good morning again po sa ating mga mga fans ni Cito. The Harbest Foundation was started last year. It is really an offshoot of what we have been doing for several years to impart technology and encourage people to go into doable agribusiness ventures. So yung Harbest Foundation is pushing now for nutrition, no, proper nutrition for rural children. It's nothing new because the malnutrition rate in the rural areas is really very high. No? Among the national average of 25%, 70% of these are in the rural areas. No? So rural children are not eating properly. No? That's why we have many cases of stunted growth, physical growth, at the same time the underdeveloped brains. No? So this is something very serious, together with the thrust of government also recently to address this, no, with a big budget. So we are trying to show this in hala-hala, no. So before we talk, as always, we always do it first and then see what happens. Now, just an introduction, no, to what we call the family food garden, no. This is the first step that we would like to correct, no, this malnutrition. Now, alam naman natin, food is something very volatile, no, in terms of pricing, especially now, no. So the inflation rate has been going up almost 8%. And people really are affected. So we are trying to encourage farm families to have their own food garden, no? And we start with vegetables because it's the easiest. No? So you invest only on seeds And then maybe what is 90% of the process would be the technical skill, no? Kasi maraming farmer natin, especially sa probinsya, they're used to rice, corn, and small-scale vegetable planting, and then very specific pa yan. Minsan, okra lang, sitaw. So we are trying to show them, no? You can grow 20 types of vegetables, no? In 20 to 50 square meters. No? So you can see pictures, no, of this in the Facebook group of Harbest, no? Harbest Foundation. You can see there what we are doing, what we are planting, and I hope you can be inspired also. Yeah.
Okay, Toto, 20 to 50 square meters and
Yes.
20 types of vegetables. Now, many people, as I go around, typical we plant talong, some plant kangkong, some plant kamote, and rarely do I see sayote or ampalaya. But it ends there. What 20 types are we talking about and why?
So we can classify them first as leafy. Leafies, you go for pechay, kangkong, mustasa. You can even have herbs, no, if you want to include herbs as leafies. So you have basil, you have tarragon, you have pati na yung tanglad. Very easy, no? It's grass. Now, going to the root crops, you go for kamote. You have also anong tawag niyan? Carrots. We have heat-tolerant carrots, and then radish. Sa leafy pala, very important, no? Yung alugbate. So we are promoting the planting of alugbate at the same time the cooking, no?
Why are you promoting alugbati, Toto?
Alugbate is very popular among Visayans, no? Pero yung alugbate, actually it's a high-powered, nutritious leafy vegetable because of its iron content, no? Kaya sa mga buntis sa Bisaya, yun ang rekomenda ng mga matatanda, no? Kumain ka ng alugbati at saka malunggay, no?
Yeah.
So part of this also is malunggay. We are now propagating malunggay from cuttings, and we are teaching the people there, no, na itusok mo lang yan.
Wait a minute. Can you address that issue? Some people are saying malunggay seeds, when you plant the malunggay as seeds, they're better than malunggay cutting. You're the expert. Which is better, cutting or seeds?
For me, I think it's the same. It's really just knowing the technique. Yung malunggay cuttings, pag-cut mo, mas maganda, meron kaming rooting powder. Tinutubog namin yan, and then tinutusok lang. Some people, yung common mistakes, no, yung mga naputol na malunggay, branches, hindi nila tinatanim kagad. And then, nilalagay lang sa lupa na nakahiga, no? So if you want to make it better, ipatayo mo kung hindi mo itanim kagad. But I don't see any reason why you cannot just plant it immediately, no? So it's fast. And then what I discovered also, yung malunggay na cuttings, kailangan yung may yung mayroon ng tawag niya, woody part, hindi yung green na green. So yung
medyo magulang na ng konti.
Magulang na. And then,
how old would that be? Mga
malunggay naman mabilis, 1 year old, meron na yan.
hindi, yung woody part, yung may gulang na mga 1 year old dapat.
Meron na yan.
Okay.
And then, pag-cut mo, kailangan nakaslant para yung surface area ng tutubuan ng ugat, meron, no? Mas malapad. And then, we use rooting powder. Ang na-discover ko isa is, which is very applicable to many things, vine or cuttings. Sa paso, lagyan mo ng medium. What we use is our grow-well medium. And then may plate sa baba, nilagyan yung tubig, binabasa ko rin yung medium. And then after putting the rooting powder, you just plug it in, no? Insert the siguro mga 1 inch deep. And then
Mm.
cover the whole pot with a plastic bag na clear.
Mhm.
And then tie it with a rubber band. Now, the reason there is that you maintain the moisture inside. And then you don't have to water it every day kasi mayroon ka ng tubig sa plate eh. No,
Mhm.
yung pinapatungan mo ng paso, no? And then you can leave it maski in direct sunlight beside the window, no, so that it will grow faster. You'll be surprised that it grows it produces leaves and roots very fast.
So parang mini greenhouse because
Yeah,
a lot of people are asking about that, you know. Bakit why do we put it in a plastic bag or why do we put it inside a Coke
glass.
bottle, you know, yung mga ganon. So it's really for the humidity, the moisture.
Ang importante rin hindi siya nagagalaw. Kasi if you put the cuttings, make sure na stable siya, hindi siya nagagalaw. Now, we go back to the things that you can grow, no? So, you
Okay.
can also go for beans. No? So, we have sigarilyas. Alam mo, sigarilyas is very prolific. Isang buto lang.
My favorite, but it seems to be very challenging to grow sigarilyas or
Okay.
ano bang tawag doon? Something beans eh. May tawag sila sa
Beans yan. Wing beans.
wing beans. Ayun, wing beans. Oh.
Hindi mahirap. Always, in most of these, no, except for the root crops, go for seedlings first. No, kaya yung training namin, I'll tell you the concept of our training. No,
Okay.
Pero ang importante dyan is you know how to handle the seeds. No? Kasi minsan yung seeds, pag binaon mo ng sobrang lalim, hindi rin yan tutubo. No? So kailangan, rule of thumb, no? Siguro half centimeter, malalim na yan, okay na yan. No? And then especially yung mga lettuce, maliit yun eh. Pechay, no? So make sure na hindi siya talagang malalim kasi hindi usbong, no? And then make sure also that your medium is not pure soil kasi minsan pure soil is matigas. So we use our own medium, no? Yung actually soilless, we call it growel, no? It's a mixture of CRH, vermicast, and coco peat. Now,
Okay.
going to the fruiting naman, you have pinakbet, no? So you have sitaw, yung sitaw sabihin sa'yo, no? So, talong, kamatis, kalabasa, ampalaya, okra, no? So, lahat po yan, kayang-kaya yan within 20 square meters. And then you have the fruits, no? So, you can go for papaya or melon, no? And then, kung may area ka pa, maganda rin mayroong kalamansi. No? And then yung vine, alam mo yung na-discover rin namin sa aming planting sa Halahala, no? Because our training farm is in Halahala, Rizal, no?
Okay.
Nagtanim din kami ng ternati at saka roselle. Ternati has a flower, yung purple na flower, actually blue.
Okay.
We dry the flower and then we brew it into a tea with honey. Kung wala kang honey, asukal. And then lagyan mo ng kaunting kalamansi. Ang sarap. So yun ang
Okay.
welcome drink namin pag may training.
Okay, okay. Now, so you have the leafy vegetable,
Yeah.
you have the root crop, yung mga kamote, gabi, ube,
Then beans.
and then you have the beans, which are the vines,
Yeah.
and then you have the fruit type vegetable, which is ampalaya, talong, sayote.
Ang sayote, hindi pwede sa lowland. Kailangan medyo malamig. Kaya bihira mo makita yan sa lowland.
Ayun, okay. But in Lipa, Batangas, that is,
Malamig doon.
yeah, I've seen that in places in Lipa. Okay, so you're promoting this in the provinces, in the poor barangays. Now, sasabihin ng mga iba dyan, ay Cito, not everybody has 20 square meters, much less 50. pwede naman karamihan dyan vertical, di ba? Because may nakita ko niyan sa San Juan, sa
Yeah.
F. Manalo, may isang magaling doon na kinuha lang niya yung mga soft drink bottles sa yung buong pader doon sa may, sorry, but squatters area. Pinuno niya ng ganon, eh sabi ko, marunong ito, yayaman itong taon to.
Yeah. In fact, meron kaming ginagawa ngayon showcase sa roof deck, no? Dito sa Pasig, actually, we welcome groups, no? Community groups. You can come here and sama na dyan, libreng lecture on how to grow vegetables, no? In small spaces, no? Maski sa balcony. Dito sa Pasig, we have a roof deck garden. No, talagang simento yan. Now we are putting up another one in our Taytay head office. Simento din yun, roof deck, no? In fact, doon, meron kaming honeydew, meron kaming mga pitsay, iba-ibang klase, no? So, we just want to show people that it can be done, no?
Okay, so, well, clearly you guys are the expert. I know I've known you for more than 10 or 20 years na yata tayo magkakilala, almost 20 years. And you guys know what you're doing. You go all over the country and you attend or you actually visit other countries. And like now, I didn't know that you were on the agriculture group of the Israel Chamber of Commerce ba yun?
Yeah.
Okay, now, so you're promoting nutrition, improving nutrition by planting in 20 to 50 square meters. It can be horizontal, it can be vertical. How do people sign up? How do they enlist? Or ito ba barangay or is this purely NGO to NGO?
We started first kasi nasa Alala yung farm namin, so we set up the training area which is around 1,600 square meters lang. No? The whole area is almost 4 hectares. Yung kuha naman namin is we adopted the locals. So what do we mean? Yung taga Sitio Ik-Ik, no? Kasi nasa Sitio Ik-Ik kami, Barangay Lubo. So we invited the housewives and the farmers. So we had already 4 groups of 10. No? Kaya nilimit namin 10 kasi the training is always hands-on. No?
Okay.
Kasi that's the best way to impart technology. So they attend 5 sessions once a week. No? Half day libre yan, no? For the residents of Ikik. And then last March, we adopted the Bagumbong National High School. Kasi the principal is really very passionate about, kasi agriculturist siya graduate ng Araneta University. Si Principal Lilian Tibay, matibay talaga. No, so, we have now 3 batches of their students and teachers, no, per batch 20. No, kasi estudyante, and then with the teachers, they have completed already the 5 sessions and they are now doing replication in their school. So hopefully we'll make
What do you mean replication in their
they'll
school?
have their own community garden. Now, so we donate to them all the inputs and then the training, the students have been trained, so confident na sila. Kasi ang training natin includes seedling, no, how to do seedlings in seedling tray. Sila mismo, no, kaya sila mismo natutuwa kasi tumutubo lahat, no. And then land preparation, and then layouting, how can they lay out their garden, and then proper management, irrigation, fertilization, pati na mga pruning, sama na yan, no? So until mag-harvest sila. So
Okay.
some crops takes 2 months, 2.5 months. So we continue giving them consultation, no, on how to take care. Kasi once it's already up, madali na yan You just have to do the necessary care, no?
Okay. We'll go for a quick break, to, and when we come back, we will ask Mr. Toto Barcelona to give us more details regarding their project and how the Harbest Foundation is helping set up this nutrition, vegetable, fruit gardens, and green patches in the provinces, and hopefully maybe he even has one here in Metro Manila. We'll be right back here on Agenda. Welcome back to the program Agenda, and our agenda for today is to talk about how you can have your own vegetable fruit garden or help the poor people in the community set up their own fruit and vegetable garden, or if you have places in the province, especially those of you who are thinking about retiring, to how to get started, because there are people who keep coming to me at 65 asking me, Cito, how can I start my own farm? And I tell them, buy one that's already complete. Kasi at 65, matanda ka na para magpakahirap. You should have started at 40 years old. But anyway, we are talking to Toto Barcelona of Harbest, and the Harbest Foundation has put up the Harbest Family Food Garden Program, aimed to correct malnutrition among rural children through education and eating the right food produced in their own family food garden. So, you're doing this in Halahala. You have adopted 2 schools and a barangay. Now, how big are you planning to go with this?
Actually, our vision is really to, like in farming, we plant the seed, we sow the seed, and then we encourage and inspire people. No, it can be done all over the Philippines. So I think nutrition should be a responsibility of the family. No, because no matter what program the government provides seeds, even technology, no, if the mother doesn't cook the right food, their children will not be able to get the right nutrition. No, so that's why we have part of our slogan, no, is every child counts. No, so meaning if you have 3 kids in the family, we are now preparing the parameters. No? At what age they should weigh this much, and then their reading comprehension, their math comprehension should be this much. No, so this is an evolving process. No, and we are, of course, we welcome volunteers who are experts in math, in science. That's why the school is also developing that awareness. No. Because the schools, they have already all these materials. No, it's just that to make sure that the students absorb it and see the importance that they have to eat the right food. No, kaya yung part ng process din, yung education part, is we educate them. What do you get from ampalaya? What do you get from patola? From kalabasa? No, so para yung mga nanay when they cook. Kasi part of the program actually is cooking. So we have shown them already, like when we have activities, most of the food that we serve are from the garden.
Yeah, are you working, Toto, with champions, dietary champions or nutrition champions? Because we have interviewed on the program, as you know, I've become a vegetarian for more than a year. And I have been interviewing people who are vegetarians. And in fact, I remember a lady in La Union who even came out with a cookbook. And I know some other vegetarians or plant-based enthusiasts who have videos on YouTube regarding how to cook, how to prepare certain things. Now, is there a cooperation between Harbest Foundation, this food and nutrition champion, or even the Department of Education? Because tama ka naman, Harbest on its own can't do it. You're running a business, you're doing, you have a calling or a passion of educating farmers. Someone has to catch this family food garden.
Yeah, well, it is our wish really, no, to get volunteers, no, from the experts. But as of now, you know what we do? We observe that half of the trainees that we have, no, the farm families, half of them are the women, and they have been sharing the recipe. Magulat ka lang, Cito. You know, they are very good tasting recipes, no, from vegetables, no. So we are in fact preparing also a cookbook, e-cookbook that can be shared, no, in the social media, which can be shared nationwide. And the thing is, we will now explain, no, itong recipe, ito yung mga ingredients, what is it beneficial to the child, no, or to a sick person or to a specific organ. This is inspired from the radio TV program in Taiwan. Alam mo, sa Taiwan, most of the TV channels, every day yan, mayroon silang cooking lesson. Kanya yung mga cooking lesson nila, it's really educational because they explain, no? How they cook it, why they cook it that way, pati yung temperature, the duration, para hindi masira yung mga nutrients, no? And then secondly, what benefit does it give to specific organs? Let's say for the heart, for the liver, kainin mo, no? So I think we would like to achieve that, no, in what we are doing with social media now. Even if we are doing it in just one place, we can actually spread it to the whole country.
So people are actually picking it up.
Yeah, in fact, there are already a lot of interest, no? And the LGU of Halahala already went there also. forgot the name, no, yung municipal agriculturist, and we visited also Mayor Pillas. And then, yung isa pa, yung Paris,
Mhm.
Paris priest, no, pumunta, he did the blessing and he was very excited.
Do you have an economist or an accountant who does the number? Because a lot of people will tell you, ay, kasi mas mura pang bumili na lang ng gulay kaysa sa magtanim, etc. And I keep telling people, hello, namimitas. Like yesterday, I pruned all my calamansi. I have about 1 dozen calamansi trees. Habang pinuprune ko, namimitas na rin ako ng bunga. And people don't seem to understand how much money will an ordinary family save if they put up their vertical or horizontal food garden, Toto.
Actually, we tried that before, no, when I got involved with the Rotary Club na project nila for Makati. Then the target was for the squatter area, no, to plant their own vegetable garden. You know what we found out? Everybody's busy during the day. Secondly, wala naman silang space.
Yeah,
No?
pero yung
So, yun
sinasabi ko nga,
ang sinabi.
vertical.
Yun ang sinabi nila, mas mura pa kung bibili na lang namin. So I think the approach here is not really that. It's the nutrition, the value of the nutrition that you get from self-grown vegetables. No? Unang-una, sigurado ka walang toxic chemicals.
Naku po, ladies and gentlemen, we grow our own bananas and you will be surprised, even some of the farm boys na nami-meet ko, nakakausap ko, sinasabi sa akin, Sir, alam mo ba kung bakit ang tagal bago masira ng mga saging? Binababad namin yan sa gamot. And then I was talking to someone yesterday over dinner, the other night, yung coconut that you buy in the different tourist areas abroad, it's so white and Filipinos will go, ang puputi nung buko nila dito and ang sweet. And sabi ko sa kaibigan, binababad sa Clorox, pare ko.
Yeah, so I think the approach there, which is being catch up by the local sa halahala. No, kasi unang-una, we have agriculturists, no, na talagang trainer sila, no. But then our farm helpers na taga roon, si Manang Amelia, she's already 70 years old. Si Cecil, no? Siya ay 30 plus. And then yung aming bantay na no read, no write, Sagani, he's a very good, he can plant anything, no? In fact, yung mga trees namin, no? Yung mga forest kami, he has been with us for 25 years. No?
No read, no write ka dyan. I-pirate ko yung Isagani na yan eh. Ako, right ako ng right, hindi ako makapagpalaki ng sigadilyas.
Guaranteed yan, Cito, 100% loyal sa akin.
Okay, anyway. So your point being,
Yeah, meaning the people who are teaching there are like them, no? And they can grow it well. So, ang sa amin naman na real, we have been training farmers for 25 years, no, all over the Philippines. Walang kapalit yung actual hands-on training. Hindi pwede yung
okay.
lecture.
Let's go back to zero again, no?
Yeah.
Because now I'm sure everybody's interested. I even have Dr. Lisa Suntay, very, very good dear friend. She's watching. And Lisa Suntay, Dr. Suntay, actually, she put up yung Hardin ng Lunas. She's been traveling all over the country promoting gardens of healing, which features medicinal plants, herbal plants, etc. And she was talking to me about free-range chicken. And it just occurred to me, just with a vegetable garden, practically everything you need is there.
Yeah, actually, vegetable is a complete food. If you go to the ano na lang, i-google mo lang yung malunggay, moringa. Actually, it is a complete food. Yung moringa. No? Pero para sa atin, yung moringa, malunggay, walang class, no? Hinihingi lang yan eh.
Kasi pakain sa sisiw, pakain sa baka, tsaka sa kambing.
So ang ginagawa namin, yung approach naman dyan, is we cook malunggay in different ways. No, alam mo, yung kusinera ko magaling dyan, no? Si osterize yung malunggay leaves with sweet corn, and then yung cream, pwede mo lagyan ng cream o mushroom or what, no? Panglasa. Ang sarap na sabaw yun.
Okay, anyway, so for people who want to get started, whether they're rich, they're poor, or they have families in the province, even our friends who are watching us on YouTube abroad. Kasi maraming Pilipino nanonood din on YouTube, and ang interest nila, paano ba mag-alaga ng baboy, ng manok, but makakatulong din itong, they can also, be able to point them in the right direction. How can people start? They go to your website, they watch your YouTubes, they follow all of your video, but what about people who may have the ability to gather others or connect you with others? What can they do?
Siguro we can start with those who are accessible to us. No, one would be we are restarting the Agribusiness Kapihan. No, we have been doing that for several years with Saksarian. No, weekly. Pero siguro we'll start with twice a month, and then kung may grupo naman kayo, let's say you have a homeowners association, you just contact us, and then we can make a small group like Kaisa, yung mga Chinoy association ng mga Chinoy, no, sa Fiber. So they had a field trip, 50 of them with children, no? And we had actual hands-on, no? Paano sila magpunla, and they were able to bring it home, no? So mga ganun ba? And then what they see, kasi from our roof deck, and then we have also an urban nursery where you have all sorts of seedlings. So they see, and it's very easy to grasp hindi naman mahirap. No, kasi marami yung misconception ay mainit yung kamay ko, mabigat yung kamay. Alam mo, the best way to start is to sow the seed.
Okay, what about the barangays? Kasi I know of, I'm sure some people in the DILG are watching us. And have you actually worked with the DILG or League of Barangays para magkaroon ka ng seminar for kasi nawala na yung mga farm extension workers eh. Many provinces, many municipalities, they no longer hire farm extension workers. So many poor people don't even know the basics.
Yeah. Actually, yung Bureau of Plant Industry, they have now another attached agency called Peri-Urban and Urban Agriculture, UPAP, no? So, ito under kay Director Glenn Panganiban. They had actually been helping barangays, no? In fact, they provide inputs kung kailangan, basta kaya nila, no? Now, yung sa akin naman is, kasi Harbest is a private company, so we always start from the micro level. Like what we are doing in Alaala, we start with our neighbors, no? Dito naman sa Pasig, we start with people who are interested, they just come. Yung aming Agribusiness Kapihan naman, libre. Walang bayad yan, no? Libre pa kape. Pero what we do is we invite also, kasi yung topic is varied also. Kaya Agribusiness Kapihan, we have before, we have yung rabbit, we have also yung kalapati.
But clearly, iba-iba yung mga subject matter nyo. But wala ka ba yung talagang course na
meron.
People can, urban gardening or food farm, food garden?
we have now a tie-up with the Department of Agrarian Reform. No, so they have this program to promote the seedling nursery of vegetables. Pero yung may scale ba na pwedeng supplyan yung buong barangay, no? So our package includes the greenhouse, the nursery, plus the training. 5 days training yan. For, I think last week we just graduated 5 people from Laguna. No, ito
But
yung
how much is that cost, Toto?
yung DAR na yan babudget. Pero for example, there's a barangay, kung malapit lang kayo sa amin, let's say you are in Halahala or you are in the next town, no? You can go there to our farm, no? Kasi mayroon naman kaming training talaga regular, no? You can go there, or if you want
Pero wala kayong certificate training because there are a lot of retirees who seriously want to parang 'di ba parang anong tawag nila doon yung something list, bucket list. Bucket list or unfulfilled dream to have my own greenhouse or to have my own farm. Don't you have a certificate program for people like this?
Actually, what happens, Cito, based on my experience, no, almost every week I'm talking with people, no, consulting. Libre no yung consultation, eh. It's really just to help them, no. Kasi the reason there is that each one has a very unique case, eh. Iba yung kanya-kanya nilang ano. Now, we also have this package deal, no? We call it package deal. Kasi parang tino-turnover namin yung project with it can be actually offered to LGUs or even private communities, no? To start your own vegetable seedling nursery, including the herbs, no? Now, we can come up with a budget for that, no? I don't think it's going to be a lot of money, no?
Like how much?
Oh, yung tina-target namin yung 4 days na including food, board, and lodging is maybe 10,000 per head.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Para lang yung sinisigil ng mga eskwelahan na to learn how to ride motorcycles. It's the same amount. So, and this one, you actually walk away with the ability to produce food, etc. But you know, I'm curious, Toto, what was the final or what was the result of your program in Halahala and when you started this nutrition campaign of Harbest Foundation? Meron na ba kayong findings regarding the children?
Sa quantitative wala pa. Kasi we are trying to establish that, no? In fact, we are in touch with the National FNRI, Food and Nutrition Research Institute, no? Ng university. Pero it's still preliminary. But again, maganda yung sinuggest mo rin, Cito, no? We would like to call on volunteers, no? If you are expert in nutrition, if you are expert in ano tawag yan, medical health, no? Yung mga parameters ba, we have to set those, eh. Let's say, if you are 5 years old, you should at least be weighing this much, your height should be at least this much, no? So, kasi we are going to, parang ibato namin yan sa mga parents, eh. Kung mayroon kang bata, mayroon kang 3 anak, ito yung age nila, kailangan ganito na sila, no? And then, from there, what you are pointing out is maybe after 3 months of proper nutrition, we will again, yung parents naman, halos weekly, monitor nila yan, eh. No?
Well, I suppose, you know, we should also shout out to our friends who are ophthalmologists or optometricians, etc. Because malnutrition also manifests in vision, ladies and gentlemen. It affects the eyesight and it affects the brain. Most of us just measure the height of children, height and weight. but we don't realize that the vitamin deficiency, nutrition, malnourishment will affect the vision and the comprehension of a child. So, okay, so what are your future plans? Are you hooking up with a big company or government agency to expand this? You mentioned Glenn Panganiban of the Bureau of Plant Industry.
Yeah. Actually, yung PCCI, Philippine Chamber of Commerce, they're talking to us also, no? And then yung MAP, Management Association of the Philippines. So hopefully, kasi yung gusto naman namin mangyari, we have the package of technology and the protocol, no? How to go about it. Pero implementation, anybody can implement this. No, in fact, it doesn't have to follow the way we do it, no? Pero ang pinaka-basic is they have to know how to plant, they have to localize production. Kasi part ng program pala nito, Cito, is we have been doing that, no, for many years, is to encourage the municipal executives, mayors, no, to establish their own training farm. Maliit lang. It doesn't have to be big budget. Baka may 50,000, they can start their own, no? To teach farmers and residents how to grow vegetables. And eventually, pati free-range chicken.
50,000 lang para dun sa vegetable garden training center.
Kaya.
How big an area do you need?
Kanilang lupa, 1,000.
Okay, 1,000 square meters. Okay, well, meron na ako mga kukulitin na mga kaibigan ko. I will probably send you off to some parts of the Visayas and Southern Luzon. Anyway, Toto, as always, we are learning from you, and you owe me a cup of coffee and at least 2 hours of conversation privately, because we are going to do this seriously for the future of children. Thank you very much, Mr. Toto Barcelona.
Thank you, Cito, and thank you, everybody.
Okay, God bless you. And that's Toto Barcelona, and he is the founder, president of Harbest Agribusiness Corporation. And I do hope that if you have nothing better to do, educate yourself. If you have some resources, as Toto pointed out, it can be just small to buy a pack of seeds, or it can be big enough to train others, mga barangay captain, mga mayors. Please do something about it. Anyway, let's go to our blessing for this week. My prayer for you comes from the book of Philippians chapter 1, verses 9 to 10. And this is my prayer, that your love may abound more and more in knowledge and depth of insight, so that you may be able to discern what is best and may be pure and blameless for the day of Christ. God bless all of you. God bless your week, your month, and your entire family. Please pray for us here on Agenda, and please keep it here on One News.